Hi, and welcome to Q&A session number 2. I received a whole lot of really good questions from you guys. I want to thank you for that. And I'm going to start at the top of the list and see how far we get. Some of them in the message that I put on the main page, you'll notice that some of the topics that you sent me, I put in next to it the word seminar. I believe that we're going to need an entire seminar to cover some of those issues. But there are some issues here on the list that I sent you that we can take care of right now. Okay? The first one, of course, is the breath control. I find it interesting that whenever those two words are put together, breath control, that most people believe that breath control means that you control your air inside of you. You keep it in there, holding on to it, and then you sing, and then you let go. You sing, well, with the air inside of you being held there, and then you exhale later, or at some other point in time. Maybe at the end of the line before you take in the next breath. If you examine exactly the way you do it, you'll find that in a lot of cases I'm right about that. When what you ought to be doing is letting the sound and the air travel together out of you, in and out, out. I'm saying out, and the air is coming out at the same time that I'm saying the sound. You don't think about it when you speak, do you? When you're telling a story, you don't think about your breathing. Unless you're really, really excited to tell somebody something and you're speaking and you can't stop and you're talking on and on and on and you're running out of air, but you don't care because you want to get that last word in before you totally collapse from lack of oxygen. Right? My mother used to talk like that, drove me crazy. We used to say, "Mother, take a breath." She was afraid someone's going to interrupt her because she had 3 very talkative daughters, shall we say. Okay, here's what I want to tell you. Breathing for singing is not any different than breathing for talking. No difference, except for this. Okay? Your body breathes naturally. You don't have to tell it to breathe. It's an involuntary function of your body. It breathes. When you breathe for talking, you're breathing pretty shallowly. People, most yoga instructors will tell you that we only take in about 20% of the oxygen that we could be taking in when we breathe. So when I tell you to breathe deeply, I'm not asking you to change the way you breathe. I'm asking you to just breathe in more air. Take a little more time to fully inhale all that air. You don't need to do this with your shoulders up around your ears. That's not going to help. And you don't need to hold it in there. You need to just bring it in. And when you sing, you just let it out. And when you're done, if you've spent it in your singing, in the line that you're singing, if you've spent that air, your body automatically takes that next breath for you. The reason that some of you associated breath control with being afraid on stage, those two things went together well. My selection for topics of most interest would be breath control and stage fright. More than one person wrote that down as their issue. Why is that an issue? I mean, why do those two issues go together, breath control and stage fright? I'll tell you why. Because anxiety, the first manifestation of anxiety is you lose your breath. You lose it. You get nervous and your body gets tense. And when your body is tense, you can't put air into it. See? You can't put air into a body that is tense like this. And when you do put it in, you put it in through here. You draw cold air down your throat. Your body is all stiff. You run out of air. You talk, you sing from your throat. You run out of air really quickly. Then you have to take another breath. And you're exhausted. Within 16 measures, you're totally spent. And then the rest of the song, you're just choking it in your throat. Breath control is simply taking in air through your nose into your belly and then letting it come out on the song, on the melody notes and the words of your song. Don't hold it in there. It's amazing to me how many times I have a student, I teach her online, and we go back and forth like this, and I see her, and she gets ready to sing, and there's a 4-bar introduction, and it's a slow song, and I hear the introduction going, and she's sitting there waiting for it to be over so she can start singing. And here comes the 4th measure of the introduction, and I'm watching her and watching to see what she does, and she's sitting there waiting for it to start, and it starts, and she starts to sing. She never once inhales before the line. So why should she be surprised that halfway through the line she's out of air? Because she didn't inhale. See? You have a 4-bar introduction. I hope you guys know what 4 bars means. If you don't, well, we'll do some musicianship seminars too. That'll be fun. Okay, yeah, that'll be fun. I can see your eyes glazing over already. Okay. 4 measures is the same as 16 beats in a song that 4/4 time. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4. 4th bar. Now I'm breathing in. La la. Now I'm ready to sing. I've filled my cavity with air, and now I'm ready to sing. You understand? That's what I mean by control. I don't mean control it inside of a stiff, contorted body. No. And anxiety, as far as anxiety, stage fright, we're going to address stage fright in one of the other questions that you asked. But as far as it goes with breath control, if you spend 2 minutes before you actually go on, inhaling deeply through your nose, and I gave a student a visualization the other day. You are breathing through your nose, but you should visualize it as going into your belly, through your belly button, through your navel. I know it sounds silly, but it really helps you to expand that cavity this way, horizontally, instead of this way. Because you don't want to be that way when you sing. You want to be that way when you sing. You want to be relaxed. Everything in your body should be relaxed except for your diaphragm. Okay? So, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Already my heartbeat has slowed. My muscles are beginning to relax. If you have any anxiety before a performance, try doing 3 or 4 deep breathing drills just like I did. And your body will relax. Okay? Okay. I'm going to stop this, and then we're going to move on to question number 2.